Here's part 2 to our field trip video with Paul. This is your backyard, and you've been in this house for how long?
It's been about 6 years now, I believe.
Okay, so everything is 6 years old or younger.
Correct.
And
Because nothing was here at all, just one big tree in the back.
Which is no longer there.
No, that's the first thing I did. It was a big shade tree, and I cut it out.
Okay. So, what do you have here?
All right, so this is just a seedling of a cherry that I'm going to do something with at some point in terms of grafting, but it's just a seedling. And I had all my seedlings here, but I'm working on cutting out this coconut now, so I had to move everything to the side. This is a lemon zest. My neighbor it's grown it really well across the street, the lemon zest, and implored me to get one, so I have it here, trying to find a spot. Most of my trees are, at least in my other yard, are 9 feet apart. Here they're a little bit closer, but I'm going to keep them small. This was a tree that did it for me, Chris. This was, I had the basics, the kit, cherry, I had lemon meringue, but then 2 years ago, I believe it was, I tasted a pineapple pleasure. And I realized, wow, there's all these different varieties that I could actually taste. So I got a pineapple pleasure, and then I just went crazy, and that's when I came out to you and I bought some varieties and to some other people, and now I got a lot of the popular varieties that are out there. So that's a pineapple pleasure. And then I have a sweet tart right here.
Yeah, they're looking good. Everything looks very healthy.
Thank you. I have these on a well. These are on a well.
So just a drip system that comes on every once in a while, you mean, or what?
Well, I water these quite often, more than I should. Now I'm watering them less because it's wise not to always water them. But I had them every day being watered since they've been in the ground pretty much. And I also have a special fertilizer I'll tell you guys about later. So there's the coconut we're cutting down. And I wanted to get as many disease resistance varieties as possible. So this one, I did the research, this was a cac mango. So this is a nice one. I know this grows bigger, but I want to keep the trees on the smaller side, but I find them the best spot for things. And I've moved a lot of things around since I've been here, taken things out, moved things around, but I'm pleased with this spot, you know. And just some various papayas around.
Jackfruit.
This is jackfruit. I have several jackfruit. This is a chain A jackfruit. And my desire to get the softer versions of jackfruit. This one is chain A. It has some male flowers on there right now. I don't know if there's any females on there yet. And
a lot of people get concerned when this happens on their tree because they think that you know, like this is a potential jackfruit and it died. And this is actually the male flower. Yes. And it looks like a tiny jackfruit, but not all flowers look like daisies. So
exactly, exactly. So yeah, that's chain A jackfruit. And I have some red avocados I'm growing here in these pots here. And this is dwarf Cavendish.
I'm guessing you really like this fruit.
You know, I don't think they're even going to be selling the black ones in the future because these fruit so often and so young, and they taste great. So, and yeah, this is a dwarf Cavendish banana. So this one is a Kent mango, and I've almost cut it out last year because the bacterial black spot, but I had some really amazing mangoes, a good crop. So I ended up keeping it and just grafting some stuff on it, but I'll see how it does this year.
It really seems like the weather is a big factor in whether the fruit get affected one year versus the next, and just sort of the timing of the development of the fruit. Because last year our Kent were great. Very few were affected, but you know, the previous year it was a bad story. Yeah, so
yeah. Well, we'll see.
So nice variety.
I'm hopeful, yes. And this here is, I'm really excited about this. There's one growing on the bottom there, or two there. This is a Boca Champadoc. So not that many people have Champadoc or even heard of Champadoc. It's like a jackfruit, but it's smaller and softer. And I don't know if it's a true Champadoc. Some people say the other tree I have there is a combination, the Chine is a combination between Champadoc and jackfruit, but this one's supposed to be more of a Champadoc. And so it's a Boca Champadoc, and it's fruiting for the first time.
Great.
So I'm excited about that. And here we have a...
Like, show this.
Yeah, let's show that.
So there's fruit number one. And we have another one forming here. Do you do anything to keep it off of the ground or not?
Not yet, but I will definitely put something under there.
Yeah, we have one of our trees that just keeps making these large fruit on the ground, and if we don't get it off the ground, then like part of the fruit is like eaten by things that live in the in the dirt and such. And so if you can lift it up just a little bit, that problem's solved.
Yeah. My neighbor has an Excalibur Red Jackfruit, and very quickly after he put it in, he got like 10 or 15 fruits all around the bottom on the ground. And he put something under it, and they all pretty much grew well. They were nice. Yeah. This is a step mango. It's a nice variety.
Mango.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, it's nice. It has a nice flavor. It's not too sweet. I like it. And somebody gave it to me as a gift, though, but I actually tasted it before they actually gave it to me at another place.
Do you know the story behind that particular variety or not?
I don't know the particular story behind it, but it's.
Just haven't heard.
But I have been to another farm, and I saw them. This was after I even had it. Actually, Bobby gave me this one, who you was at previously. But they had a bunch that they were like repotting, and he grafted. He said people ask for it, so I was like, okay. So, but I'm glad I like it. Because it's a little different flavor than the average stuff.
Well, you have a lot going on. I mean, we just started on the backyard here, and
this is less than a quarter acre too.
But it's like I can imagine that it was just a huge tree and whatever could grow underneath, grass and weeds and whatever, and now you have all sorts of things. I'm getting ahead of myself over there, but it looks impressive. So we have papaya in between the mango and another mammae.
Mango here, mammae here. This is an orange sherbet. Orange sherbet over here. I got some banana I'll grow up over there. Now, soursop is funny because I had 3 soursops. One was actually right here, and it's trying to grow back again. I had 4 soursops here, and only one is fruiting amazing. And that one is one I didn't get from a nursery. I got it from Home Depot, and it fruits amazing. I get so much fruit. The other 3, I spent a good amount of money on, and they never fruit. I took all 3 of them out after about 3 years of them not fruiting at all. But recently I was at Home Depot, and they had them on sale for like $10 or $15, big soursops, and I bought many of them. And I have a bunch of them over there in pots still, but some of them I put in the ground, and you'll see I have a whole bunch of soursops in the ground because they're one of my favorites. So I have a soursop back there and another banana. That's an orange sherbet. Here's another tropical persimmon.
With some cabbage?
Oh, see, the collards, I plant all my collards and my greens.
Look like collards, though.
These are collards, yes.
Oh,
these
really?
are Georgia collards.
Oh, okay.
See, I plant them all under the trees because they get the water.
Yeah.
So so every year I do that, and they do fine.
Yeah, I think when I grew collards, it was a different variety, so I just was looking at the leaves and getting confused. But that's so you. Can you grow those all year?
No, they'll only grow during the winter here. In the summer, it's really hard. You can grow okra here. You can grow some longevity spinach, but the green spinach, regular spinach, and collards or kale is not going to have luck here in the summer.
Yeah, I was thinking that since it's Georgia collards, that Georgia is going to grow them in the summertime, and it gets pretty hot.
I don't know if the name is because they're from Georgia or not. I'm not sure, but
I'm guessing.
Could be.
I'm guessing.
So here we have a super Haas avocado. Its tree was loaded last year, but it was so tall, I had to cut it back if it was good, so it didn't tilt. But I'm hearing now, I don't want to say rumors, but I'm hearing that they don't ripen as evenly. I didn't get many to ripen evenly, and I researched it, and that's what I'm hearing. So I don't know. Have you heard anything about this super Haas?
No, I haven't.
It is the best tasting avocado out there. It tastes exactly like a Haas.
I wonder if you can get it to ripen if you pick it a little bit early and ripen it off the tree, if that would help ripen it evenly. I don't know.
I'm going to find out, but this is it tastes even better than a California Haas avocado.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Of course, those Haas that you buy in the grocery store, they've been in refrigeration for months, so that definitely is.
Yeah, I've had them right off the tree.
Oh, okay.
In California, but this is the closest one to it because there is a Florida Haas, but it's not the same. But the super Haas, it's really that good.
I think they call this ooh la la also.
Ooh la la, yes. Ooh la la.
Which, that sells it for me.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So behind you, other than the spider webs,
Yeah, I am meeting spiders here.
this is our cherry tree. And one of the first trees I planted, and as you can see, last year I cut it in half.
Yeah.
After the season, I cut it in half. I cut out the
Let
middle
some
last year.
sunshine in.
And that's my plan to do every year. And I'm really pleased with it, and it looks like it's doing really well. And then, so these are 2 lemon meringue trees. Thanks to you, Chris. They are my favorite mango, at least right now. And after getting some from you, I planted these trees when I moved in here. And this tree was the first one, and it was loaded. I cut them both in half. Well, this one's newer. I cut this one in half. They were loaded. I mean, I got hundreds of mangoes off this last year, and they were.
Oh, great!
Everyone was
Looks like you
delicious.
have a lot of fruit coming on this tree.
Yeah.
Not so much on this one yet.
Yeah, that one is a newer tree, but we'll see. Then back here, I have, that's the cherry tree.
Barbados cherry, West Indian cherry.
Our acerola, the acerola.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then here I have the buttercream mango. And I got some amazing bananas back there. They're really wonderful. I had this whole wall when I first moved in was all passion fruit. Didn't do too well. Got a lot of vines, no fruit, and a lot of mess. And then I put all bananas in, and that was really nice. But I kept the bananas I really liked, and the other ones I replaced for these. And that's my buttercream mango. This is my M4 mango. So they're all new, as you could tell. So we don't know yet how they'll be. And this one is Florigon.
So did you go by reviews of the different varieties, or did you taste the fruit first?
I spent a lot of research on all these trees trying to get disease resistant, but also I remember years ago I tasted just about all of the mangoes that were out back then, but I didn't think to write down which one I liked or not. So I have tasted them, but I don't remember to taste at all to many of them. So I did go by reviews and, you know, ones I think that would be the best and so on. And yeah, but I had tasted all of them at one point, but I wish I would have wrote it down.
Well, if they had been really horrible, you would have remembered that, right?
Exactly, exactly. This is a jackfruit. This is a Excalibur Red that somebody gave me. Yeah, he actually gave it to me, so I'm planting it here.
So are those seedling then?
Those are seedlings. My favorite jackfruit is a black gold, which I have one there. When I moved here, I knew I wanted one of those, but I had one on another property. Black gold jackfruit. Have you had that one?
I believe I have.
Sweet. It's really soft. It's really great. This is more of the harder variety. That's soft. It's really nice. Yeah. So then here's the Dunkin' mango. This banana tastes like marshmallow. Unfortunately, I don't know the name to these bananas, but this one tastes great. So
yeah, I think that Bill from Davie brought that banana to us to taste because he said marshmallow, and I'm trying to think of what the name is, and you know, if you gave me a list of 10 names, I probably could pick it out, but I can't remember it. But yeah, I know it's a massive.
Oh, it grows so tall. The funny thing is, I mean, I didn't know about growing bananas, and this whole area was bananas. There must have been at least 15 banana stalks, and somebody said, you need to thin that out and only have 3 or 4. So now I only have 3 or 4, and I'm waiting for the bananas, but before I had bananas all the time. So, but it was a big mess. It came all the way out to here. It was so many.
Yeah.
But at least I had bananas all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that the stalks, the racks of bananas have more bananas on them when you thin them out. But as a homeowner, you really don't care if if you have 100 bananas that are ripening at the same time, you probably would prefer like 20, and then, you know, like in a couple of weeks, 20 more.
Exactly. So
we got a Nona here.
Yes, yeah, this is one, I don't know which one it is. This is a smaller one, a smaller variety. And most of them I know, but this is an early one that I put in before I looked into them.
It looks like a sugar apple probably, right?
They're on the smaller side, possibly. This here is my favorite, one of my favorites. I keep saying that. This is white sapote.
Yeah, we visited the other white sapote.
This tree is loaded every year, and they're just great. This is a youngins.
Oh, you got some.
Oh yeah,
right
every year it's loaded.
And right.
Yep. Yeah.
A lot. Yeah. I actually grafted this variety on my old tree, and so maybe next year I'll have some fruit. So, can you describe just the general taste and of white sapote for
Vanilla.
people?
Vanilla. It tastes like vanilla.
And vanilla, and then creamy texture.
Creamy texture of vanilla cream. Maybe a tapioca pudding. Vanilla tapioca pudding, but like right out of the refrigerator, cool. It's so good. It's just great. I first had white sapote in California years ago, and then when I got a property, I couldn't wait to get them, and so I got this, and I just moved a big one from my other property because it was one of the first trees I planted when I got a property. Yeah.
But we only get very small fruit from our, the previous large, very large, now not so large white sapote, and the little fruit. When I tasted it, it was mostly seed, so you could only taste like a little nugget of flesh, but it reminded me of creme brulee. And I don't know if it was the variety or just the
it
white
could.
sapotes in general.
Yeah, it could be like a butterscotch flavor maybe or something.
So I'm looking forward to next year.
I had buckets of this. I would have buckets of this. I mean, it was so good, and
and that's nice. A nice size that you have it.
Yeah, like you say, after you pick them, you cut them back, and that's what I did here because it would just get so big. It's a bigger tree.
Yeah, ours was at least 30 feet tall. So.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's now much shorter. It's having a shorter life now.
This is so I had a big giant, where that Duncan tree is, I had a big giant lychee tree, and here I had a longan tree. So the lychee tree I took out because it wasn't giving me fruit every year. Me and you spoke about it at one time. It was taking up a lot of space, and I didn't know I was going to get another property at the time, so I took it out, and it cleared up a lot of space. I was able to put another sugar apple there. But this, I moved here, the longan tree, and instead I put here, this is Rulina. I tasted it in Australia many years ago, and I liked it. But I haven't seen many people have it out here, so I wanted to make sure I got one.
Rullinia, that's
Rullinia, yes.
Yeah, that's Hart has that on his property, I think he might even have 2 varieties of that. But yeah, he's the only person I know that has Rullinia.
Yeah, not a lot of people have them, but I'm going to be one of them. Yeah, and I have a passion fruit growing in the back. Hopefully, I'll have better chance with that one than I did. I had this whole fence and nothing, so. So then I got a little gardening stuff here. I got some
great looking tomatoes over there. We've got the next generation. So do you have tomatoes like through May, do you think? Or how long do they last?
Like you say, depending on the weather. Sometimes it'll stay cooler longer outside, but when it gets really hot, we won't have them. So, April, maybe.
Yeah, they're looking very great. And then you Georgia collards.
Yeah. These are Georgia collards and some plants I'm potting here, some starters, and those are some broccoli and cauliflower there, some herbs. This one here is a lemon tree. I think it's the Eureka lemon. The major 2 things I wanted here were lemons and avocados because those are the most usable things. Everything else is like fun, but lemon and avocados is what I use all the time in my recipes. But citrus wasn't easy to grow out here, but this tree took, and I had a good amount of lemons last year.
Terrific.
So I'm excited about that.
Another avocado.
Another avocado, all different season avocados. I have them all written down. I forget the name of this one, but
a lot of people think they only need 1 avocado tree. And it's great to keep them small and get other varieties because in Florida or in South Florida, you can have avocados like 10 months out of the year.
Exactly.
And so that's great that you selected your favorite one from each season, and you've got almost a constant supply.
Yeah, this is that soursop tree I was telling you about. I got from Home Depot. It's loaded every year. It's loaded.
Terrific.
And I just cut it back. And I'm so excited. It tastes great too. I mean, I've had many different soursops, but I really like this one.
Yeah, we had one soursop a few months ago. I was just checking to see if you had any flowers yet.
No, the leaves just came out. They just came out. This tree was bare like 2 weeks ago. It was completely nothing on here.
Yeah, they drop their leaves real quickly with cold weather. And
yeah.
So,
now, my neighbor on the other side of the tree there, I have, thanks to you, I was researching different varieties. I have a sunrise mango right on the other side of that fence. My neighbor's letting me use his yard, so that's the one that got the neighbor's
You have a long
yard.
pole so you can
I go over there, he lets me go there. And we have some more gardens here. So here, I had a another soursop, a baby soursop, but I wanted to get a coconut cream in this yard. I like it a lot, so I bought that. I had it in a pot. It started blooming, so I figured I'd get it in the ground. And here's these were soursops here that I cut out that I told you about. So here's another soursop I just got. And this is a Manzano Banana back here. Manzano Banana, and this is another example. I mean, this whole thing was filled with all these banana stalks, and I always had bananas. Every month I was pulling down a stalk. I listened to people, I cut it back to 3 stalks. I got one thing on there now, maybe I'll get it. So I'm learning. And then back here is the black gold jackfruit. The black gold jackfruit. This is this is the best jackfruit in my opinion.
Yeah, you know, I'll just mention again that your preference is for soft jackfruit, and so
yes.
Black gold, if you like soft jackfruit, that's the way to go. There are a lot of people that like the crunchy though, and so that would not be a happy match for.
Well, it's
for
interesting because my neighbor, he prefers the crunchy one, and he has, like I said, the Excalibur Red, but then he tasted mine, and a couple of his friends tasted mine, and they all said this one was much sweeter, and they enjoyed it. And, and you know, it was very interesting. But I mean, I don't dislike the crunchy one, but I know most people like the crunchy one. But this is a great variety. So that's on this property. What we have now, I have a well here that like I said, gets
everything watered.
Now, I didn't show you these dragon fruit here.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I'm experimenting with different ways to grow dragon fruit, and there's a guy online that does all his trees like this, right on cement, and this is the drain field here. So I didn't want to put anything in the ground on the drain field, but I also wanted to use the space. That's why I built those gardens right in the drain field. And these dragon fruits, I'm testing this out. That one seems to be growing better. There's different varieties on there. There's not just one variety. So I'm testing these out, and there's other ways I'm growing it, which we'll see here shortly. And I'll see which one's the best, and that's what I'll do.
Yeah, they, you know, they grow roots and that support them, and they'll keep growing up, you know, like 40 feet into, you know, if a tree is 40, your old tree was here, they would grow up to the top of that. But, you know, you limit the height here, and then this is support for when it starts drooping down. And so you get fruit, flowers and fruit when it starts drooping, but not when it's going up. You know, at least more flowers. So
exactly.
You know, that's great. I like that that whole idea of just having a pot with your dragon fruit. I might have to do that because I have dragon fruit growing on abandoned tree trunks, you know, coconut and other kinds of palms, and this looks like it'd be a much easier way to control the weeds, of course, and also the food and the nutrients going to it.
Well, where I'm going to take you, I'll show you the dragon fruit we have on the cement poles, and that's the way the big farms do it with the tires at the top. So I have some of them over there, but if this works, I'm excited because I could put these over the drain field, I can move them around, so it's exciting.
So, I mean, this is very solid in the pot, the post is. Is there any way that you secured it, or is it just
the main person that does this online, I think it's Grafton Dragon Fruit is his channel. He does it 2 ways. One way is he has cement in there, a cement block that he puts the wood in. But me, I just have like a cross at the bottom. A cross of the wood made at the bottom, so it supports it. So yeah, and this is going to be fine, wind tolerant wise, going to be fine. Some people say, well, what if you have a hurricane? Well, I could just drag these inside then, because they're in the pots. Yeah. So this here is another jackfruit, and I don't know what to say. It hasn't had anything on it yet. I cut it back a little, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
You don't want it as an ornamental, even though it's a pretty tree.
Exactly.
It's got to pull its weight.
Exactly, but I'm confident. Now behind you here, This is a Mammae. This is the newest variety of Mammae that's out, to my understanding. This is a pumpkin Mammae. And so this is the newest ones. Some people say they're dwarfed varieties, but it's so new, no one's really sure. Mammae trees usually go big, but this one's on the smaller side, so I ended up getting it. So.
I was able to taste this. Have you tasted it?
I have not.
I mean, it does taste like pumpkin. A lot of things sort of do that are have a lot of orange color to them. But the main thing that I noticed that was different is it's a much moister fruit than most Mammae sapote.
Okay.
So, I mean, it pleases most people that try it.
Now, does it grow big, the tree, or you don't know?
I didn't see the tree.
Okay.
I just had the fruit.
Well, when I get fruit, I'll bring it to you. And we'll try some more. Yeah, on the other side of my cherry tree here, I was just playing around, and then I grafted a Juliet, just first time grafting and playing around, and one took. So, oh, look, it has a little mango there, too. So that's nice.
Yeah, grafting, it beats the heck out of a lot of other pastimes.
Yeah, here we have another sugar apple. And papaya here. Now, you know, I got some fruits in pots here that I'll grow, and some of them are smaller. I'll keep them in pots. I have the ice cream, which I hear does well in pot. I don't have a lot of space, even though it looks like I do.